Hi, it's been a minute, but I just wanted to talk to you. There have been a lot of changes, some of them desired, some of them not so welcome. There have been changes which have caused a lot of self-reflection, a lot of what type of person do I choose to be. And without sounding too cryptic, I like to share some of my insights with you today. I should tell you that I truly became a caregiver over the past couple of months. And yes, it's true that although I am a mother and a grandmother, right now my most important role is being that of a daughter. And I've become a caretaker, and it's been illuminating. The other day, I saw a post in LinkedIn, and the post referenced a mother who had traveled and moved in with her daughter and son-in-law, bringing her ailing husband with her. And once she arrived at the home of her daughter, she proceeded to take care of her daughter, who was recently diagnosed with cancer, and to take care of her husband, and to cook meals and to wash clothes, and to be there for her daughter. And in the midst of caring for her daughter and her husband, she herself became a cancer victim. She developed breast cancer and had to go through treatments, radiation. And in spite of it all, she was able to maintain, still caring for her daughter, still caring for her husband, and now taking care of herself. And her son-in-law is the one who posted this story, and he submitted a picture. And in the picture, it's her sitting in a chair beside the stove with her head in her hands. And he's saying, "What a woman." What a woman. The response was interesting. One woman said, "This is not good. You need to get her help. You need to get her help because she's tired." And you can see that in the picture. And even though she wants to be there for her daughter and she wants to help her husband, she too needs help. So you need to get her help. And this is not a good thing. And I just thought about that because I think so many of us find ourselves in the role of caregiver. And it really is a good role to be in. To be able to help someone is a reward in itself. A reward in itself. But the problem is when it becomes self-sacrificing, when you have nothing left to give because you've drained yourself. And I think a lot of women find themselves in this position. It's their cross to bear. They accept it as their reality, and they just keep going, although they're tired. Keep going, although the load is too heavy. Not asking for help or not getting help when they ask for it. And so, for me, if I'm honest about it, while I liked being able to help, I found myself resentful. It's not a nice word, but it's true. Resentful for other family members who seem to be able to maintain their lifestyles, their activities, their interests, and to drop in whenever it was convenient for them. And I wondered why we can't share this load, why we can't devise a system that's more equitable. And the sentiment was something to the effect like, oh well, there's always somebody that has to bear the brunt of the responsibility. And my childish voice would say, but that's not fair. That's just not fair. I have a life too. I have interests too. And I found myself becoming angry. And then I had the realization that, well, actually, it's a twofold realization. The first realization is that even if I don't understand it, even if I don't agree with it, I choose to believe that everyone is doing the best they can. We all are going through our own grieving processes, adaptation processes, and I choose to believe that we are doing the best that we can. If I don't choose to believe that, it will leave me bitter and angry, and that's not the way I want to go through the world. So I choose to believe everyone is doing the best that they can, and it is not my place to tell them what to do. Now, if they ask, how can I help? That's different. But it is not my expectation to look at their lives and then decide, based on what I see, this is what you should be doing. That's wrong. And I don't choose to go through life angry and bitter. So I choose to believe that they are doing the best that they can. And the other, which is just as important, is that I choose to live my life and do those things that I deem rewarding and fulfilling. I don't give it up. Now, I may have to make adjustments. I may have to think of creative ways of carving out time for myself. But I absolutely have to carve out time for myself. Otherwise, I neglect me. And that's not good. That's not good. That's not desirable. That's not what I want. So it is possible. And I can't be angry at someone else because I am not able to live the life or do the things that I want to do. I have to find a way. And that's the challenge of this caregiver role. You have to find a way to still feed yourself as you help to feed others. And clearly I'm using that figuratively, meaning that it's not okay to starve yourself. It's not okay to starve yourself and be angry with others because they seem to be feeding themselves. It's not okay to be angry because you made a choice that didn't include nurturing or feeding yourself. So it's taken me a minute, And I realized that part of the hesitation is that on surface, it looks like there's not enough time. I'm needed too much. Or maybe there are not enough resources. Or maybe I haven't been able to figure it out. And that's just the reality. I haven't been able to figure it out as to how do I continue to nurture myself and to be there as a caregiver. And that's the challenge that I believe a lot of women face. It's not okay just to accept the cross, to bear the burden, and not feed yourself, not feed into yourself, not keep the life force going within you. Otherwise, you get drained. Otherwise, you end up sitting in a kitchen with your head in your hands. So, my advice to me is to follow my own advice. My advice to you is to consider my journey. I am happy to be able to be a caregiver, but I am equally happy in the realization that part of the role of the caregiver and what makes it such a challenging role is not the care that you provide to others, but the care that you're able to provide to yourself at the same time as providing care to others. So I welcome you to consider my insights. It's good to be back. One of the things that I do want to resume is talking with you and sharing with you. So much is going on in this world. So much is important for us to consider as people, as women, as Black women, as people who want to make a difference, be a difference in this world. So I say, I'm back. I missed you. I look forward to more podcasts. Take care.